Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our event entitled Navigating Uncharted 2021 Dating Waters. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our event entitled Navigating Uncharted 2021 Dating Waters. This afternoon we're going to have a panel discussion. We have four beautiful young ladies that's going to give us their opinions on the Navigating Uncharted 2021 Dating Waters. First of all, I will give an introduction of the panelists. I have Ms. Dr. Natasha Scott. She is the Executive Director of Student Services for Cumberland County Schools. I have Ms. Cynthia Parker, who is a realtor. I have Ms. Sonia Eller, who is a family court administrator. And last but not least, I have Ms. Elisa Bryant, who is a healthcare administrator. These ladies will give us their opinions on navigating Uncharted 2021 Dating Waters. I will ask a series of questions of each panelist, and they will give us their opinions. First of all, I'll start with Dr. Natasha Scott. And the question is, how do you incorporate social media into dating during this pandemic?
I kind of relax on the social media piece when it comes to relating pandemic or not. I don't know. There's this whole piece of when I'm dating someone, I really like for that to be kind of a private thing. And so I tend to not post a lot of things about my dating life on social media, whether it's pre-pandemic, during and post-pandemic, or post. I kind of skip that part.
Okay, thank you. And next I will ask Ms. Cynthia Parker the same question. How do you, Ms. Parker, incorporate social media into your dating?
Well, honestly, I haven't really used social media for dating. I don't have anything against it. I know quite a few people that have done it and actually found pretty good husbands on it. But right now, I am working on me, so I haven't really looking to date right now.
Great. Ms. Sonia Eller, how do you incorporate social media into your dating?
I don't know that I incorporate it so much. I mean, I have used it. I have in the past dated men that I met online, but I think you have to be very careful about it. One, what you put, and then what you get from other people. And I do use it to research other people. I'll say that.
Okay, she makes a good point.
She
Yes,
does.
I have used it to research people, and I have dated online. But when I think of social media, I'm thinking you're asking like Facebook, Instagram, those kinds of things, and I tend to not use that as a part of my. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Elisa Bryant, can you give us your opinion on how you incorporate social media into dating?
Social media is, I don't know, our age group. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It doesn't, you put it there and it's there for everybody to see whether you want them to or not. It's,
I just know you're right. And although I like social media, I know that a lot of younger people, it's like they date by social media. They think if they talk to each other on Facebook that they are dating.
Exactly.
And I don't see it the same way. So I think you have to be careful just in how you use it. And I think as the generations differ, that's part of it. My generation appreciates it, but we don't use it as that part of it. We are not dating just because I talk to you on Facebook.
that number one connection.
Right.
I'm putting it on Facebook to ask you a question. No. Somebody might send me a picture, then I might share with somebody that, they took a picture maybe at a barbecue or a party. Oh, okay, that looks good, and I might share it with somebody, but to actually, I'm going to ask you a question. Hey, Natasha, how you doing today? No, not doing it on Facebook.
And what about the jumping in the DM?
Oh,
That's kind of not my generation.
Yeah.
I might have the side eye a little bit, like, who is this?
So you I might do something, I might text something to somebody.
Right.
I know that's going to that person, but post something on Facebook, I don't even have a picture. I haven't even gotten that far yet.
I think for my generation, maybe for you guys, like, maybe you can send me a friend request, and that might kind of give me a little idea, like, I see, girl, how you doing? And that's enough, but we're not gonna, you might send me a friend request, and I'll say yes, but we're not gonna then do all this dating stuff all out loud on social media.
Then I'll look how many friends that you share together.
I check that out too, when different people are sending me friend requests. I'm like, why are you sending me? I have no idea who
Yes.
you are. And I don't just accept everybody's friend requests, even from people I've known.
Yes.
And my sister was like, just accept it. I said, no. I said,
Yeah.
I am very particular about who I allow into my inner circle.
Yeah. That's true.
Great. Good opinions, good suggestions. Thank you, ladies. All right, we'll move on to question number 2. And I'm going to start with Miss Sonia Ella this time. How do you move on after being ghosted or after a relationship ends?
Just move on. I feel like you have just told me that however bad I might feel at the time, I'm going to get over it. So to me, it's once you move on, you move on. Especially if that person has decided that for whatever reason they don't want to date me anymore, I'll be fine.
Okay, Miss Parker, how about you? How do you move on after being ghosted or after the relationship ends?
So, ghosted. So, in looking at that question, I thought about it. I was like, hold on. Am I a ghoster? And once I started thinking about it, I had to ask myself, do I fit that definition? But I guess depending on how you explain it is, I will let you know. We have come to a point to where we need to go our separate ways. Now, granted, you may not accept that. Now, if you continue to contact me and I don't reply, then I did once inform you that I was ready to move on. But when we do break up, someone break up with me and we break up mutually, I just get active in maybe exercising a little more, maybe going out taking some classes or doing more yoga or things like that to fulfill my time. And at the end of the day, like she stated, my mom always told me, you can't make no one love you. So if they don't want you, fine, keep it moving, you'll find someone else.
Thank you. Miss Bryant?
To me, it's a done deal. That's fine. Hey, have no argument. I'm not going to continue to call you. As Cynthia said, that person doesn't get it, continue to call. That's why there's caller ID. And you can look at your phone and go, and block today. Today I'm not answering that. You can go to my voicemail. Yeah, because it gets too messy sometimes. It's like, nah, that's okay.
So I agree with everything these ladies said here, but I will say, maybe initially I might feel a type of way or have some thoughts about it. And so initially, I might call Sonia Eller or, those homegirls from college, the sisters. We got to talk it all the way through. We got to break it all the way down. We got to analyze it. Here is where social media comes into play. Go on his Facebook page. See what he had last night when he sent me that message. I might have to do some. I'm going to keep it real. Well, I'm going to have to do some of that, talk to the girlfriends. And then after I have that good session with the sisters, the girlfriends, the nieces or whatever, then after that, then I got a new hairdo, I got a new yoga outfit, and I'm hanging out, all this kind of stuff. But initially, I might have to do a little venting and just kind of, get over myself a little bit, and then I just get over it and go on about my business.
Yeah, you might have to have a shopping trip.
Shopping, yes, Amazon.
Shopping trip. Yeah.
Yeah, shopping doesn't seem to fix a lot of
It
problems.
fixes a lot of things.
Okay, our last question, and you've been great participants, I appreciate it very much. Our last question is chivalry alive? How has dating etiquette evolved? And I will start with Ms. Parker.
Okay. to me is chivalry alive? I would say yes and no. It depends on the upbringing of the person you are involved with. I have dated a couple people where you can tell how they were shown how to be respectful, hold doors, open doors, things like that. And I've dated some that had no upbringing, you know, it was like, you pay for yours, I pay for mine, that type of thing. So it just depends on the individual you're involved with. But do I like chivalry, those type things? Of course I do.
Okay. Ms. Bryant?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's non-existent, as she said. You know, you look at the well-dressed man, because suits have gone from suits. The coat used to be long, and all you looked at was the suit. Now the jacket is up to here. So it's like, you know, it's not. I don't know. Things have gotten tighter. Clothing is tighter. So some of the chivalry is really gone. It's non-existent. You don't get the person that was that were told open the door, walk around and open the door for her. It's more about me now. You know. So men used to be I don't know. They acted a certain way. I guess I'm spoiled because my dad, they acted a certain way. They didn't, you never saw them bare-chested. And now it's all out there now. It's all out there now. The pants are too big, or they're too tight, or they're down here on their rear end. They don't wear a belt. So I think there's something desired about chivalry.
Okay.
It's not the same.
Thank you. And Ms. Ella?
I think it depends on the generation, but I think to some extent, now I have to say, although I love a man to open the door for me, I do not like him to walk around and open the car door. Well, I'm too impatient for that. By the time he opened the door, I could be out of the car, we could be halfway to the building. You don't have to open the door. And so I realized that it could be that some of it is women like me who respond differently to it. Now, I do expect a man to be polite. I think that's part of being chivalrous. And there's some things I expect. I don't get too hung up in clothing unless what they're wearing is like completely inappropriate, either for them or for the place we're going. You cannot be 65 years old wearing skinny jeans.
Exactly.
You can't. And I'm not going out with a 20-something-year-old. So, but yeah, I think that chivalry has changed a bit. But I also think that the way it's accepted has changed a bit as well.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account.
Yes. Okay, Ms. Scott?
Okay, I agree with Ms. Parker. Well, really everything that's here. Yes and no, but I would say chivalry is kind of with the individual, and so the expectations are different, but I personally like it. In fact, I love it. So unlike Sister Ella over there, I am fine to wait. I am quite happy to wait and let the young man open my car door and open the door. I like all those. I really like all of those things. And I can even think of someone who said to me once, he was doing all these things, and then at one point he stopped, and I was like, and he said, but when I get out the car, you don't go ahead and open the door and send it to me. And so I was kind of like, yeah, okay, well, let me lay it on over here and open the door. But I think it's in the individual. I think guys have some opinion and ideas about what chivalry looks like as well. So yeah, I like it, and I don't mind letting a young man know that those are the kind of things that I like, so that he will do more of those kinds of things, because that's something that I'm looking for. It's not a deal breaker, but I don't mind, like, no, that's what, yeah, I like that.
I don't think there's anybody there to teach them to do that anymore. Is what it is. They're not teaching.
Would you ladies like to share anything else with us? Outside of the question, any good point, tips for the audience?
Just know what you want out of dating. And first, I think you have to like yourself. You have to be confident that you are the person that you want to be or growing toward. Because I think that if you don't, you're kind of doomed in a relationship. And don't look for somebody to complete you. They can compliment you, but nobody can complete you.
That's right.
So you have to be willing, and you have to be willing to want to compliment that person as well. So just be discreet as far as social media and what you put out there, because sometimes I see things that kind of make people look like targets on social media. And I do think that even in this time of pandemic, that we need to be careful, even though we might not be meeting face to face in the Zoom meetings and stuff, and even the Zoom, which is one-on-one. We ain't dating until I see you in person and check your driver's license and all that stuff. So Zoom is fine. Zoom and that kind of thing is fine for getting acquainted, but I don't think you can base a whole relationship on that. So be confident and be careful.
You have to have your own foundation. So you're looking for somebody, you're going to change your whole outlook of how you dress and your hair and this, because that's what you think you want to attract this type of somebody. But when you get home, you taking all this off and you go back to being yourself. Then that one day when you do meet somebody, you don't know how to act. Am I supposed to be this way or that way? Or no, you have to just be yourself. Be your own friend.
Yes. I would say maybe enjoy your own company. Be your own best friend. So that those dates, those boyfriends or whatever it is, it's like kind of icing on the cake. That your Saturday is not ruined if you don't have a young man or somebody's going to say, hey girl, come on, let's go here, go there. Make some plans for yourself and keep a full agenda for yourself. And so then that way, just enjoy being you and don't get lost in the relationship. All those things that you used to do for yourself and enjoy, continue to do those things even when you're dating, so that you can be more confident and secure and come in as a whole person, not someone looking to be completed.
Yeah, I agree with most of what pretty much all the ladies have said. You gotta know yourself. And as they say, be confident in yourself and understand that you can't change anyone. So don't go into relationships saying, oh, I don't like this, but I can change this, I can change it. No one can change anybody. So you gotta know who you are, what you are willing to compromise on, and what you're not. And just be honest. So many people don't tell each other the true expectations. And that causes so many problems in relationships. As she stated, you're trying to show up at this person this day, on the next day, you're someone else. Just be yourself. And if that person can't love you or like you for you, that ain't the person for you anyway.
Well, thank you, ladies. We really enjoyed that discussion. We took your opinions at face value. We appreciate you, and we hope you have a great rest of the afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
My name is Lisa Bryant, and these are a couple of dating ideas 2021. If you like to cook or you don't like to cook, you could get recipes together, and you and a couple of different couples maybe come up with or share your recipes with each other. That's a good dating topic. Movie night might be good. Pick a night of the week to go to the movies as couples, or virtually watch a movie together would be all right. I like to just get in the car sometimes on a Saturday morning and just go somewhere, and where you end up. And so you can invite somebody to do that. Maybe just walk around one of the malls is something fun to do with, because sometimes you don't want that attachment that I gotta do something, I gotta hold hands, or I gotta do that. So you could just go have some fun on a weekend.